Hi, I'm Lisa Spaniak from Life Like You Mean It. And today I'm asking you a really deep question, which is what's today's excuse? Now, don't get me wrong, there are lots of things that pop up in our day that legitimately distract us from what it was that we were hoping to accomplish that day, right? One of our kids falls down and hurts themselves or gets sick, or we end up getting sick, or, just something happens, right? Our boss gets in touch, or our best friend needs our help, or just whatever. Life happens. Car breaks down, right? There's a leak in the roof. Whatever it is, absolutely 100%. This video is not about trying to tell you that you're making things up in your life. Absolutely not. But what this video is about is the fact that when you really want something and when you really believe that you can have it and that you deserve it, those things in life that happens are just little hurdles for you to step over. Yes, you might get distracted for a little bit in that day, but then you immediately take what you were going to do that day and you move it into later on in the day or the very next day. You do not allow whatever that distraction has been to be a reason for you to not do this thing that you have set out for yourself. The timeline may change, yes, but you don't lose track of it at all. Because if you do, that is not a reason, it's an excuse wrapped up as a reason. Now, everybody has lots of different examples that they could give in their life of doing this, right? It just is something it seems like almost we are built to do. We get distracted by the next shiny thing. We procrastinate on something because maybe it's something that is difficult. We've never done it before. Maybe we have done it before and it didn't work out all that great and we don't want to mess it up. Or maybe there's a lot on the line. It doesn't matter what it is, but you set yourself a New Year's resolution and now it is March and you don't even remember what that New Year's resolution was. These are all things that are not reasons, they are excuses. And the excuse is there because you are trying to actually match the reality that it is in your head. Your reality is saying you don't deserve it, you're not good enough, you can't do it, you shouldn't do it, something along those lines. Again, perhaps maybe you've done something similar to this in the past and it didn't work out that well. Maybe it actually hurt that you had to give up on this thing that you really wanted because it wasn't going the way that you had planned and you had put so much blood, sweat, and tears into it that it was painful to mourn the loss of this not working out the way that you wanted. And now you've got this other opportunity here to start down a similar road. And internally, your brain is telling you this isn't going to end well. We shouldn't put in our blood, sweat, and tears on this because we're going to be hurt, right? We don't want to do that. And so then you express that. I don't want to do this. You procrastinate, you put it off, you put it off, you put it off, you let yourself get distracted by the next shiny thing. You come up with excuse after excuse for not doing it, putting onto next week's to-do list, and then the next week, and then the next week, until you just magically forget about it altogether. Now, this includes your business, it includes your family and your relationships, it includes your healing journey, your health. Every single aspect of you is included in this. So when you catch yourself saying things like, oh, that would be so perfect, but, right? But I don't have the time for that. But I don't have the money for that. But I don't know how to do that. But I don't know when I would fit that in. But I'm not sure, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Time, money, ability, support, all of these things are excuses. I understand that, yes, there are people out there that are offering a service that costs a lot of money, and you simply may not have that money right there. But we all know how to budget. We all know how to make something a priority. We all know how to sacrifice. We all know how to move things around, ask for help, whatever we need to do, so that if this thing that somebody else is offering that you really know deep down inside is going to help, then the fact that you don't outright have the money right then, or that you don't feel like you have the time to invest in it, if you feel like you're resonating with that, then that's why you're making this excuse. Because in here isn't matching what you're feeling here. You're resonating here in your heart, and your brain is scared as scared could be. It doesn't know what this looks like. You've maybe tried some other things before to heal or to move on or whatever it is that you're looking for here, right? And it didn't go well. It hurt. And now your brain is trying to protect you from doing the same sort of thing. And so it reaches for the very first thing that it can, the easiest excuse to give: money and time. The reality is, if you matched in here what you felt here, there'd be no excuse. It wouldn't matter if there was no money in the bank account. You would find it. It wouldn't matter if you were pulling off 14-hour days, 7 days a week. You'd find the time. This is not in alignment with this. And so, what you need to do now is to figure out who is the one you're going to follow. This is trying to keep you safe, but it doesn't mean that it is reality. This is trying to move you forward. This is reality. I hope that helps, gives you some inspiration to start looking at yourself and call yourself out on your own BS. Call yourself out on the excuses that you are wrapping up as reasons, and understanding that they're probably fear based. They're probably trying to protect you. And it doesn't even need to be from something that actually matches what it is that you're trying to do here, just anything that is remotely similar. You tried something new before and you weren't really good at it, and it was embarrassing, right? Now you've got this new thing that's coming up, and your brain is like, no, 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 we don't do new things because it's embarrassing, because we're not going to be good at it. Instead of you being in touch and aware of what that thought process is, you go with the underlying fear and you say, I don't have the money for that. I don't have the time for that. I can't do that. That's not right for me. No. And you make a whole bunch of excuses, convinced that they are reasons, valid reasons for why you shouldn't be doing this. Listen to this, not this. This will never steer you astray. This knows what is best for you, what your next step on your path is to be, without getting the ego involved, without getting the unconscious mind who is trying to protect you. It has every best intention for you, but isn't always going about it in the best way. If you like this video, I'd love for you to subscribe. Just click on that subscribe button and click the bell icon so that you never miss another video. Thank you so much. Bless.